Do you keep your options open? She had, I think it was 6 direct recruits either last month or the month before. She's been doing 10 team recruits every month. Power mom, on fire, doing awesome stuff. Big fan of Amber's. Let's give it up for Miss Amber McLean, all the way out in Thunder Bay.
Thank you for that introduction, Adam. I'm very excited to be able to share some time with you guys this morning. I've got 5 tips that I want to leave you guys with, hopefully something tangible that you guys can take into your day and go implement right away in your business. But I'm going to be talking obviously about recruiting. We're on the DOT team, right? That's what we do. So the first step is recruiting to their goals. So recruiting to their goals. You know, something that we get really excited about when we start in this business is we get really excited about what we're going to get out of it and how it's going to change our lives, right? So we need to help our new people when they get started in the business to start thinking about what they want to make happen, right? And then we need to drive towards that. Not everybody that comes into your team is going to want the same things as you. Maybe you're going to recruit somebody that is going into retirement and they want to spend a lot of time with their grandkids. Then you need to recruit and train to that, right? Maybe you're going to bring somebody into the business that's like Adam Daw that wants to go make $1 million a year, but you need to recruit and train to that for that person. So it needs to be specific to what their goals are. But then you also need to stretch their reality. Right? You also need to stretch the reality. So when I got started in business, I'll tell you guys a funny story. I told myself I was not a spa person. You know, I liked hunting, I liked fishing, I liked snow machining, I liked all of these other things. And I was like outdoorsy, which I still am. And I was like, I don't need no spa. And then we qualified for Sparkling Hills with the Daws. And we went to Sparkling Hills and we lived in our robes, and I went for my very first massage, and I experienced the steam shower and all of these incredible things in the hydrotherapy pools. And in that moment, in the steam shower, I was like, I'm putting one of these in my house that I built. And in that moment, I literally redesigned our house that we were getting built so that we could put in a spa grade steam shower, so that I could now take that, what I had taken away that I didn't think I liked, and I implemented that into my life. So yeah, it is really nice. If you guys come to Thunder Bay, come test it out. But stretch the reality. So if my reality wasn't stretched, I would just always continue to have that belief that I'm not a spa person, right? I don't need those things. I don't need a nice car. I don't need a nice home, right? But I was able to get my reality stretched by my leadership. Number 2, go lead by example. Go lead by example. We can't expect things from our team that we're not doing easily for them in front of them, right? If you're like, hey, it's easy, go get your 3-3-30, but you haven't recruited 3 people into your business in the last 2 years, but you expect somebody that's brand new to go and do it. So lead by example. What are your personal numbers? Go make some friggin' money, because when you go make some money, you got way more money to go do fun things with your team, to go put on contests for your team, right? And if you want to start bumping up your income, you know, there's some ways that you can do that. Something that I set out for myself was that I was going to move $1 million personal a quarter. That'll increase my cash flow over the next 12 months by $150,000 a year, approximately. Or 1 corporate policy a month will also do the same thing. So being able to bump up your numbers with something that's not going to take a huge amount of your time is still going to leave you a lot of time for duplication and training your new agents so that you can help them go get results, right? But you're still leading by example. Number 3, help them get results. When somebody gets started in this business, you know, one of the gals that just spoke, she talked about how Adam did a phone zone with her. Adam helped her get in front of people. He helped answer the tough questions. He helped ask the questions. He helped book those people in. So go help your people get results, because most people don't know what they're capable of. I'm going to give you a really quick example. So I was field training a guy in Keaton Galbraith's team. His name is Xander, and he was super excited about getting his associate promotion. And he was so close, you guys. All he needed for his associate promotion was 1 more recruit, but he was taking a week off to go on vacation with his friends. And he said, I'll do it when I get back. And I said, let's do it before you go. And I just gave him that little bit more encouragement. And we worked together and we brainstormed and we thought about who we can get in front of right away that would have interest in this business. We got in front of a gal, you guys, that was bawling during the appointment because she thought nobody was coming to help. Nobody. So when we finished that appointment, he was like, I am so grateful that you encouraged me to get this done before my trip, because what position would she be in 2 weeks from now if we let this sit longer? Like, would she just be at a point where she's so frustrated that she's not even willing to try anything? And let me tell you guys, this gal sends me messages every single day about how grateful she is that we took a chance to help her and guide her. But that was all from showing a new agent just a little bit more of what he was capable of. And then he got his associate promotion. He went on his trip. He was able to enjoy it and relax. And now he's back and he's in the swing of things again. So help them get those results. Number 4, go the extra mile. When people know how much you care, they will move mountains for you. They will move mountains for you. You know, something that is so simple is just FaceTiming your agents once in a while. You got a few extra minutes, hop on a quick FaceTime, say hi to their family, say hi to their kids, their wife, their husband, whatever that might be. You know, I get super excited when I go visit Adam and Savannah and I stay at their home and Dom is there. We FaceTime Taya together, right? And Taya's so excited to see Dom, and you just start to build these connections because friends don't quit on friends. Right? If you can start to build in an environment in a community where people are attracted to, especially when their families are attracted to the environment, they are going to stick around significantly longer. Something else that we recently just did is I wanted to do something special for our agents' kids for Christmas. So Taya and I together, we made a list of all of the agents' kids in our organization, and we went on Amazon together and we started to Christmas shop. And you know what we found? We found the Bernstein Bears, which, guilty, shameless plug, that was my favorite book as a kid growing up, the Bernstein Bears. And it was the Night Before Christmas Bernstein Bears edition. And we mailed that to every single agent who has kids. So Keaton Galbraith, yours is coming this week. You live the farthest, so yours hasn't showed up yet. But all of the kids in the organization got that book. And if the kids were a little bit older, like they were kind of like preteens, we sent them a fun game that they could all play at Christmas time, right? So just something simple. Birthday cards. I know Jen LeClaire, she's a fanatic about birthday cards. She's always getting these sent out to all of her clients even. So something just that shows them that you are thinking about them, right? Or in the holiday season, throw a Christmas party. I saw Diane Dupuis, she had a big Christmas party and Santa showed up. You know, we're doing the same thing here next week for our agents. And then number 5, social media. Man, you know, I tease Adam about this a lot in the last little bit, but I tell him all the time, I wish you told me about social media when I started, Adam. I wish you told me I should just get on social media more. Because once I decided to do it, and once I decided to just like not care and just actually put myself out there, man, the results have been crazy. Like Adam said, I got 6 direct recruits in the month of November. And from there, I've been able to taproot a whole bunch of those guys, but it's through attraction marketing. So I'm not just like out there in their faces. I'm attracting to them to what I have to offer. I'm attracting them to the lifestyle that I have. And you guys, this doesn't have to be fancy. And the biggest block that I had when it came to social media, when Adam every day for my entire career said, get on social media, what kept happening in my brain was, I'm not Adam. I don't have Adam's life. How am I supposed to attract people when I don't have that? So I had this blockage that I thought, because I didn't have all these big, shiny, fancy things, that I wasn't going to be able to attract people. But guess what, you guys? People are attracted to your life. You know, something that they might be attracted to is the time you get to spend with your kids. Something they might be attracted to is that the fact that you got to pay for Christmas with the money you made in this business, like Keaton Galbraith did, right? Something they might be attracted to is that you got to do something special with your family during the week when everybody else was at work. You know, something that they're attracted to is maybe that your spouse doesn't work overtime anymore because you were able to take away some of that financial burden, right? So it doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be fancy. People are attracted to the simple things in life sometimes, right? So go and show that. If you're struggling with what to put on social media like I was, go on social media and find what you're attracted to and go mimic it. That's how I got started with it. I started to find people on social media that I was really attracted to what they were putting out. And I just spun it around and I turned it into my life. And I spun it around and I used my videos and my daughter and my family and my husband. And I started to put me out there in the same way that they were putting themselves out there, and started to attract it that way. And if you're an SMD or even an up and coming MD and you have a team, go create content your people can use and share. Go create content that your people can use and share. Cheryl, even if it doesn't connect with financial, absolutely. So something Savannah taught me is you have pillars in your social media. One is your business, maybe one is your family, maybe one is your fitness, like maybe one is your hobby, right? So go find your pillars and attract people in through those, and they're naturally going to come follow, they're going to watch the show, and they're eventually going to be a part of your business in some way, shape, or form. So thank you for the time, Adam. I look forward to hearing the other speakers.
All right. Great message with tons of tangible value, Amber. Thank you for that. Listen, next up, you're going to hear from, I'd call him my brother from my other mother, Reese Hurley. And I mean, look, I met this guy on Facebook, thank God, like 3 years ago. And since that time, he was a welder. He was welding. He was spending lots of time away from his family. He was doing okay financially, but he was missing out on his family life. And I respect him so much for a lot of reasons. One, he was willing to jump into something new and step away from a big, cash, I guess, background to be able to then move into something that would give him more family time. And since he's gotten started with us, I mean, he's replaced his income. He's traveled the world. He's made lots of money. I'm going to go out and say, if he goes out and does what I think he's going to do next year, I think he's going to make $500,000. I think he's going to qualify for Hawaii and just do all sorts of incredible things. But most of all, I'm really proud of the man that he has become, the leader he's become, the way he carries himself, the way he helps other people. I mean, he's just turning into a world-class individual. And it's something that I really appreciate in today's society. So take it away, Mr. Reese Hurley.
I love that. That was such an awesome introduction. They never get old here. They never get old. So I really appreciate that. That's like a pretty emotional introduction. Those are some pretty nice words. And, we owe everything that we've been able to accomplish in the last 3.5 years to, a guy like Adam paying the price, going through a ton of rejection, keeping a smile on his face, and, keeping on pushing. So, if you're going through rejection today, you're one recruit away from maybe finding your Reese Hurley, your Talia, your Taylor, your Amber, or anyone else you look up to. So everyone else was talking about recruiting. I'm going to talk about client stuff. I'm going to talk about doing awesome client reviews and getting referrals. I see Amber, she smiled. She's like, no, he's not. He's not good at that stuff. No, it's all good. We're learning, right? Today, I'm going to talk about recruiting as well. December 11th came, and I had 0 recruits in the whole team, and I was hitting panic mode because I also knew Christmas was coming, and it's like almost not a very good chance of sitting down with people, from the 20th to the 30th, because although Christmas is one day, for me, I come from a divorced family and I'm married. It's 3 days, only for a couple hours on each of those 3 days. I'm working every other day. Most of the people we're trying to sit down with, and most of our team are still in an employee mindset. And they literally look forward to this one time of the year where they really don't have much responsibility and they can reset before another 365 days of, I would call it slavery. I'm going to call it slavery, modern day slavery, where you get paid some money, but you're building someone else's business. So December 11th, we had no recruits in the team. A lot of people, I found myself battling the mindset, like, is it just because it's December? Well, no, other people are getting new recruits. Other people are helping clients. Other people are on the leaderboards. I was like, is it the weather here in Alberta? We can be at the beach in December here. It's pretty awesome, right? And then I was like, nope, it's the leader. I knew exactly what it was. I hadn't been as fired up as I was. I hadn't been talking about recruiting because the last couple of months it was coming easy. We went like 7 directs for me and 16 in the team back in October. Then I went 5 directs for me and 17 in the team in November. And then we quit talking about it because it was already happening, and then it stopped happening. So one of the tangible tips I can give to you, because I was asked this by, a brand new SMD, I was asked this, how do you get your team recruiting? I got everybody together on an emergency call. I didn't call it an emergency call. I called it, our team get together. And I shared my why. A lot of you guys have seen the videos of Aaliyah, you know, when she's got the iPad and she's crying, and that's, you know, how she got to hug me goodnight when I worked in the oil field. I shared that with all of my new people on my team call. At least 90% of the team I had on my call hadn't been in Banff. They haven't seen that video. So my team got to see my why and my conviction, and I gave them some of my belief, because a lot of times when our people aren't recruiting, it's because they just don't have enough conviction. They don't have enough belief that this is a great opportunity, and you need to give them some to borrow. So I talked a lot about how my life had changed, how other leaders' lives have changed, and how one day, through borrowing other people's belief and sharing that, their life can change too. We also shared some client examples. We let them know that without recruiting, none of those clients may have ever been helped. Nobody else was calling them and reaching out to them. And we sold the fundamental goodness of the company, right? We talked about what we do. We talked about the mission. Then after that, I got together with all my new agents. I called them all one by one, booked appointments with them, and made calls with them. I did the nitty gritty, dirty work that probably a lot of people don't want to do. I said, hey, this is what you should say. If you don't want to say that, I will call them, and this is what I will say. And I took away all of their fear. I took away all of their excuses by equipping them with the words or letting them know what I would be saying. And we got to work and we started making calls. We went from 0 to 3 personal in the last 5 days. We went from 0 to 9 in the team in the last 5 days. So that was pretty awesome. One of my tips that I would give anyone, I don't know if Jay White's on here, find someone to run with. I texted Diane yesterday. I was like, Diane, how many directs are you at? She's like 30. I'm like, good. I'm at 40. And then I got 41 because I got another one last night. But she's probably at 37 or 38 because she's recruiting up a storm. Right? I text Jay White and I'm like, dude, what are you at for the month? Every time I see him at the office every Wednesday, we just look at each other and we like put up our fingers, like to let the other know what we're at. Like have someone to compete with and make it fun. You know, you got to have integrity. Obviously, everyone knows at this point, me, Jay White, Adam, there's a bunch of us that want to walk the stage as direct recruiters next year in Vegas. And I had a guy I'd been following up with for 3 years. I've known him since I was 14 years old, like the first week he moved to Camrose where I grew up. And last night I went for supper with him. You know, we were talking about how awesome getting started in business was finally. And he mentioned that he had sat down or he had had a conversation with someone who was brand new in my team. Someone who's showing up to everything, always has a great attitude, got licensed super fast. Guess what? I recruited this guy that would have made it direct number 4 underneath my agent because I'm building for the longevity. I don't recruit to have a statistic on the leaderboard. I'm like, you know what? If this guy between us quits, he's direct to me anyways. If this guy becomes an SMD, this guy could be my MD and the exchange like, and now he's direct to me anyways. But what builds your business more, getting direct recruits or getting recruits for your people? Obviously getting recruits for our people. So I just had my 1-minute timer, which is awesome. I just want to remind you all, this is a war market business. Is your war market always going to be the most supportive? No, but you're going to get really skilled working there so that when you do start talking to the cold market, you sound much more professional. You sound like you know exactly what you're talking about, and you're going to get better results. I also want to share with you, what are you recruiting to? I recently listened to Dave Boucher's audio. So plug, if you're not listening to Straight Line Thinkers with Rich Tholley, I highly recommend it. But Dave Boucher was talking about infinite thinking versus finite thinking. And in an infinite game, you have a vision. Your team knows the vision. They buy into the vision. And our vision changed from what I wanted, like my name to mean, to what I wanted our team to do. Our team's going to have 1,000 licensed agents. And as a direct result, that's going to help 500,000 Canadians. I share that on every single recruiting appointment. And I ask if that's a mission they can get behind. When they tell me yes, I know I'm getting the code. So what are you recruiting to? Remember one last thing here, everybody just wants to be happier. The guy that I was talking about that I recruited under my agent last night, I drove him home and dropped him off. And, you know, we were talking about money and he looked over at me and he's like, dude, honestly, I just want to be happier. I have never seen anyone sad on a jet ski, but I just want to be happier. and I'm not happy at my job. So when you're out there, sell happiness. Don't sell the yacht. Don't sell the $1 million a year. Don't sell any of that, because for a lot of us, that's not why we got started. For sure, once Adam got started, he wanted to make $1 million a year, but maybe in the beginning, he just wanted to help people. He just wanted to quit his job that he didn't like, right? So sell happiness to people. And remember, none of us thought we would be here, but we are, because someone put us on a list, they called us, and they offered us a chance. It's simple as that. So get out there, go build a list, call a bunch of people, and give other people a chance.
Awesome. Awesome message, Reese. I did cry once on a jet ski, but they were tears of happiness. Wanted to throw that in there quickly. Awesome message, Reese. You guys can see why he's building a big team and what he's doing. Awesome stuff. And next up, also, I mean, funny enough, also, and thank God I met this girl as well. We met this lady, I should say, through Facebook again. And she actually found us. It's a funny story how she found us on Facebook, and we met. And it just, man, it was magic. I knew as soon as I met her, she was bound for a better life. I knew she was bound to be a recruiter and a leader, and she had so much in her to give to the world. And now she's doing it. She's inches away from a massive promotion. She's got a huge team, and she is changing the world. Absolutely on fire. I can't wait for you all to hear from Miss Diane Dupuy. Let's give it up for Diane.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, we're going to make this real quick because I had an appointment in 3 minutes, and you all do probably as well. All I really want to say is 1 year ago today, I was an associate, and now we are like 2 days away from SMD. So where are you right now? What do you want your next year to look like? Because you can go and make that happen. 1 year ago, I was an associate. Now we're SMD. We have a big team. Like Adam said, I met him on Facebook a couple of years ago. Thank God. I got my code exactly 2 years ago. Took me 6 months to get licensed. Has anyone ever had a challenge as soon as they get their code? Maybe some challenges getting licensed? Yes, it took me 6 months to get licensed, and that was only 2 years ago. Who even cares? It doesn't even matter anymore, because now we're already SMD, and you can go and make that happen too, no matter where you're at your business. Adam told me the second day after he recruited me, he said, Diane, just go recruit 100 people, you'll be SMD. And I'm like, okay, this guy knows what he's doing. He's obviously successful. I'm going to go do what he said. And I got to work. And even though I wasn't licensed for the 6 months, I knew I got to recruit. And so I got that gift of building a team right away and meeting champions like Shannon, who I've got to be in business now with for almost 2 years and get to share this great promotion with. And so I'm just super excited for all that's to come, all of the challenges that we've already been over, and all of the new challenges coming. Are always so excited, because anytime you're handed an obstacle or a challenge, that means you're leveling up. Woo! So next time you get frustrated because you're having a tough time, why not get excited instead? You have a couple of emotions you can choose from. You can get frustrated and angry, or you can get fired up and go make this thing happen. And so what's next? We're just inches away from 100K. We're making that happen right away. And next year, I want to promote 3 MDs, get to 200K, just following all these champions steps here that spoke already this morning. Thank you, Amber. Thank you, Reese, Shannon, Talia, all of you guys for your awesome fire and inspiration today. And I will just leave you with this. Keep going, be coachable, do what your leadership does, and we'll go and make it happen. Have an amazing day, everybody.
All right. Great message, Diane. Awesome. And by the way, we're just waiting for it to be official. You'll hear about her SMD like officially on the system right away. You'll get a full message from her next time. And I wanted to give a special mention out to Troy Jewell, who's one of our top recruiters. He wasn't able to speak today. He's in Costa Rica, but he's also an inch from his marketing director. So he's going to get on next time, and he's one of my favorite speakers. So honorable mention for Troy Jewell in Costa Rica today. And to the whole team, great job. Loved it. I don't have time to recap everything. It was awesome. You guys heard the messages. But the $1 million call is with Greg, and it's Michelle Colbron. So Michelle Colbron, that's you. Michelle, that's you. She's like, me, you, right? She won the call with Greg. Reach out to your SMD, get his number. From myself and Savannah, all of Team Domination, we appreciate you being here. We're so proud of everybody who spoke, and just to see the future is very bright. Love you guys. Appreciate you. Let's have a great day.
Recording stopped.